I will read the hexagram 4 from Hilary Barrett's I Ching, and she calls hexagram 4 not knowing. Not knowing, creating success. I do not seek the young ignoramus. The young ignoramus seeks me. The first consultation speaks clearly. The second and third pollute the waters, polluted and hence not speaking. Constancy bears fruit. Yeah, that's if you ask too many times, sometimes. No, not knowing literally means being covered over like a young animal hidden away in the undergrowth by its mother. So you are ignorant and cannot see as far as you would like to. But this is not such a terrible thing while you are still so small. To be small and ignorant is a creative, harmonious way to engage with your world, and holding steadily to not knowing, and hence to learning, will bring good results. The pure spring rises under the shelter of the mountain. So yes, this is water in the bottom trigram and mountain in the upper trigram. The pure spring rises under the shelter of the mountain. It doesn't know where it's going, yet its flow becomes steadily deeper and stronger. In the same way, a noble one nurtures personal character and strength with the fruits of going forward and taking action. Learning comes from experience, not in the form of ready-made answers. That's true, too. I mean, we've had to gain a lot of experience experimenting with this diet, from learning how to actually cook things differently, when you're using different kinds of whole foods instead of, like really processed flour. For example, when you're baking things, the baking times are different. There's different methods needed to make it actually turn out as tasty as the older to the regular type of American diet that we've been used to in the past.
Absolutely. Let's finish up then with looking at Wilhelm on that 4. Youthful folly, he calls it. In this hexagram, we're reminded of youth and folly in 2 different ways. The upper trigram is the mountain, and the lower is water. Spring rising at the foot of a mountain is the image of inexperienced youth. Keeping still is the attribute of the upper trigram. The lower is danger. Stopping in perplexity on the brink of a dangerous abyss is a symbol of the folly of youth. And the judgment is youthful folly has success. It's not I who seek the young fool seeks me. I think I must have qualified as that young fool on occasions. Say, well, why can't we do this? Well, why couldn't we do that? Well, why don't they make this that way? And lots of that kind of, and then learning how to, I agree with you, Debbie, about how we have to learn how to cook things. And in the time of youth, says Wilhelm, folly is not an evil. One may succeed in spite of it, provided one finds an experienced teacher, and we'd have a few of those that we're following, and has the right attitude toward him, which we've been working to get and keep. This means, first of all, that the youth himself must be conscious of his lack of experience and must seek out the teacher. It's true, nobody's going to make us come eat better, and yet it would be really better for us if we did, and that's going to be really up to us to get motivated, focus the attention, and find the teacher. So we have done that, true. So it's very much describing the whole process of this. The evaluation includes all the stages we've been through, as well as some kind of prognoses for the future is what I'm getting. Hardly a way to kind of appreciate how far we've come is one of the things I would say about this particular reading. It's really...
that they're acknowledging that we've already done the hardest part, which is the adjustment phase of going from eating, more of the standard American diet to this very radically different way of eating from really the way that everyone around us usually is eating, or what you see advertised on television, or what we're used to, things we've been attached to from childhood.
Starts with recognizing that we don't have the knowledge that we need, and that things would be better if we knew more, and finding teachers, and then being willing to listen, and then being willing to beginning adapting attitudes, etc., and then dealing with frustration, etc., back to the teachers.
Yeah, so is there still more to read on that?
Yeah, there's always more with Wilhelm. Wilhelm says, without this modesty and this interest, there's no guarantee that he has the necessary receptivity, which should express itself in respectful acceptance of the teacher. This is the reason why the teacher must wait to be sought out instead of offering himself. Only thus can the instruction take place at the right time and in the right way. The teacher's answer to a question of the pupil ought to be clear and definite, like that expected from an oracle. Given in addition a perseverance that never slackens until the points are mastered one by one, real success is sure to follow. Thus, the hexagram counsels the teacher as well as the pupil. That perseverance is staying with it and the cooking, and even when it's complicated or when you run out of ingredients, it's well, we could just use the other things that are more convenient or that we can get locally, but we need to. All right, so that staying with it, that persevering and never slackening until the points are mastered is just really learning. And we do one kind of meal at a time or one type of meal we master at a time, and eventually the whole week fits together, etc.
Or, sometimes when there's a special occasion, like somebody's birthday or a holiday, like not falling back into old habits.